Welcome to my review of Metal Gear Bauer Ground Zeroes. The first thing you need to know about this, it is basically a prologue to Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain, which is, I think, supposed to launch next year at some point, but they've been a bit iffy on the date so far. You will notice I call it Metal Gear Bauer, because the first big change out of the whole game is the fact that now they've got rid of David Hayter, which of course is slightly irreplaceable as the voice of Snake, and now is voiced by Kiefer Sutherland. Now it's a little jarring at first to get used to, and there was a bit of an outcry when it first came out and it was launched like that. But really, when you think it through, it kind of needed to happen, because the storylines are now starting to catch up with each other. Because of course in this you play as Big Boss, which is essentially the genetic father of Snake that you played in the first game. And because the time's progressing, of course eventually they're going to have to meet up together. So I think when that actually does happen, David Hayter's going to come back and do the voice for the original Snake, and of course Kiefer Sutherland is going to keep doing this. Is he any good at doing it? Yes, I like it, and I think he's got the credentials after doing years and years of 24. You just keep expecting him to shout "damn it" every 5 minutes, so which is a bit confusing at first, but when you get used to it, it's okay. Now the game itself, as you can see, it's absolutely brilliant. The graphics are really smooth on the PlayStation 4. The rain effects, weather effects are all amazing. And I think they've really got the handling done well. And the gun control is absolutely amazing in this as well. One thing I will say about it is I don't think it's advertised enough on the case, to be honest. And you can argue this both ways. It's essentially supposed to be a prologue. Now, when it first came out here, it was £25 from memory. Now, while it's cheaper for essentially what is an extended demo, that is a bit of a con. And of course, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid since the beginning, and I'm absolutely obsessed. So of course, it was a day one purchase for me. But there's going to be a lot of people that see this on the shelf and think, "Oh, is it a full-blown game?" that don't know any the wiser. Because let's face it, everyone is a geek and knows about these things. And the first playthrough of the actual story-based mission in this, the mission being basically break into one base, extract 2 prisoners, and that's it, that's your lot. It took me just under 2 hours. Of course, subsequent playthroughs, when you know what you're doing, you can do it even shorter and shorter. I mean, there's even speed runs. I think someone did it in about 10 minutes, or maybe even 5 minutes it was. There are of course other ways to actually do the missions, and there's different things that unlock once you've done the campaign bit. But for it, generally I only ever really bother with those a little bit if I get bored. I prefer just to get to the meat of the game, where the story is, and enjoy that. And I just felt a little let down really, and I don't like the fact that this happened. And of course, when it happened back with Metal Gear Solid 2, we at least got free game with it, which was Zone of the Enders with the demo. With this, we just get the demo. Now, I might get torn apart for this because some people defend this to the hilt on the internet, but I'm sorry, I think it should be advertised a little bit more on the box, so more average people, I was going to say normal people, is not the right word, would know about it and not get, I don't want to use the word conned, but because don't get me wrong, I absolutely love playing this and I think it's amazing. I'd never sell it, and to be honest, it's a little underhanded from Kojima, I think, because you'd think it'd just be a standalone thing that you could ignore, which some people might even do, to be honest. But there's that much that happens, even though it's such a short game. You know what Kojima's like for putting massive cutscenes in with tons of story in. Of course that happens in this. Starts off slow, towards the end there's that much that happens, and the very ending is probably one of the most disturbing things I've seen in a video game for a very long time. But I think unless you've seen the ending, and then if you haven't seen it going straight into the Phantom Pain, unless you do like a previously thing, it's not going to make a blind bit of bleeding sense. I can't explain why without putting spoilers in it, but if you haven't played this game and you aren't going to play it, but you're going to buy the one next year, please YouTube it, because a lot happens, and if you've not seen it, you're going to be at a massive disadvantage. Now, as you can see, I'll actually start talking about the game a bit more rather than whinging now. As you can see, the gunplay is brilliant on this game. I just love messing about on it, just going around shooting, see how long I could actually survive. And for a change in Metal Gear Solid game, I can actually last a very long time and actually pull off headshots from a very long distance. There's a lot to actually do in the base, but it's just essentially messing about really. And some of the extended missions that do obviously come with different things, like take out the anti-aircraft guns and this, that and the other. So you can get gameplay out of it, but I think it's essentially a tech demo for it really, and I did enjoy it. But I don't think there's really that much else to say about this really. As you can see, it's a brilliant, gorgeous game, but I started getting bored pretty quick doing the side missions, so I then took it upon myself to start messing about a lot, and essentially started tormenting poor Chico because I decided I hated him. So yes. Please don't judge me too much, there'll now be a montage of me repeatedly killing Chico. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and please take on board, if you're not going to buy this, please YouTube the ending at least. And also, if you know where the second bomb is, please put a comment down below, because I'm not entirely sure where it's situated. I'm not entirely sure I want to know, but yes. Thank you for watching guys, and I shall see you next time hopefully.